Well. Let me start off by saying thank you for coming here today to celebrate our wedding. I know some of you have had a fair old trek to get here, so it means a lot. Without all of you here, it wouldn't be the same. But it would be a hell of a lot cheaper. Yeah. So my first thanks is to the bridesmaids. And I'm including Josh in this as man of honour too. Best looking bridesman around. Easily, come on. Look at that ugly mug. Okay. Thank you for keeping Kate calm and relaxed on this big day and making sure she's making the right decision. You all look beautiful and handsome. Thanks for setting up a great hen do for her, and I hear axe throwing went down a real treat. But for health and safety reasons, we've chosen not to do that on this action-packed day. Can we have a round of applause for the bridesmaids? You're all incredible friends, and we can't wait to dance with you later. Jane and Pete, thank you for welcoming me into the family. And Pete, I know, I'm the son you've always wanted, and never had. It's unbelievable. No, in all seriousness, you've been so welcoming and kind to me, and have raised a brilliant and wonderful daughter. I couldn't be happier to have you as family, and from the moment I walked through your door, I felt so at home and privileged to be in your daughter's life. I look forward to the day we can palm off our kids, when they're annoying Kate and I to you both. And you guys have given me the best gift in Kate, and I cannot wait to unwrap her tonight. I want to say a special thanks to my mum, Tamsin. Just so you all know, I'm a massive mummy's boy. I know you've been waiting for this my whole life. I've finally married the one mum, and I'm all grown up now. I can't wait to have a family of my own. I know, soppy, isn't it? I hope you're proud of me and what I've achieved so far. Thanks for always being there and all the advice you've given me growing up. Thank you for letting me make my own mistakes and always being there when things fell to pieces. It means the world to me that you took to Katie straight away and treated her as your own flesh and blood. Thank you for your continued love and guidance. You close to cry? Good. We're on track. To my dad, Andrew, I want to thank you for teaching me so many life skills. You've been the best dad I could have ever wished for. You believed in me when I didn't believe in myself, and you worked hard to provide for me and to take me on holidays. Keith, you fought my battles and taught me not to be afraid of anything. You played a massive role in my life, especially you played a massive role in my life, and without you, I wouldn't be the man I am today. And I know I pushed you to breaking point many times, especially when it came to homework. But now I see you only ever wanted the best for me. So thanks, Dad. And thank you both for all the rugby games you drove me to and you were standing in the rain. So cheers to all the parents. Now, on to the groomsmen. Where are you all? You're all truly awful human beings. And I still cannot get over you making me eat a tin of cat food on the stag. But I wasn't alone in that venture, was I, Kieran? No. You're double. That stag do was so well planned and thoughtful, I cannot express my feelings about it without laughing hysterically. I've still never seen so much sick from a weekend. Probably will never see that much sick. We'll get you boys a couple of shots later. You've all been by my side for so long and have always been there when I needed you. From sea shanties to gymming, and too many nights clubbing in infernos. If you want to know more about the stag do, please come and ask. We'll show you some great photos and share some tales. But instead of a round of applause for them, how about we boo them? They're awful people. 1, 2, 3, boo! Losers. On to my brothers. Thank you for both being worthy opponents when we fought. And Alex and I wrestling on the trampoline, specifically when Mum told us not to. Mum also told us not to play cricket in the field, and then I hit James around the head then too. I think I enjoyed the thrill of Mum shouting at me. And when it comes to talking about my wife, go on, yeah! And her good points, where do I start? She's intelligent, generous, hardworking, popular, and clearly a brilliant judge of character. Catherine Burford. Yeah. Phil might Kiwi cover your ears, this isn't true. Kate, you're my best friend. And you always, no, I jest. I know you're the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I've said for years, jokingly, that you're my worst half. And likewise, I know you said the same to others. Yeah. But in reality, I've known from our very first date that you're truly incredible and a joy to have in life. We've grown so much together, from our first date in Oxford, to buying our own house, to living off railings for years, to being weightlifting buddies for life, and owning our cat Frank. Yeah. Big up Frank. Yeah. I knew in our first date I was lucky, but didn't realise how lucky I was until I saw you walking down the aisle. I nearly cried. You look stunning. I know we've been there for each other at high points and low points, but every day I know you've enriched my life beyond measure. You're the reason I enjoy life so much. So can we all raise a glass to Katie Burford, my wife, and cheers to a lifetime of love, laughter, and heavy lifting. Thank you. I'm going to hand you over to Peter Darling right now.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Lucky you.
How does that work?
It's on, just talk.
Hello. What?
Got years.
Yeah?
No.
Done now.
I forgot that. Yeah, I'm Pete. I didn't really want to do this, as most of you will know. I've got some notes, so bear with me because I'm half blind and I can't really see a lot of them. I've been asked to do this speech, as you do. I have the privilege and pleasure of doing it. Those that know me will know that I was quite a draconian father. I did have quite a form of discipline for all my kids, including Katie. And it's built the characters that they've turned out to be, and we're proud of all of them. And we think they've turned out really well. But obviously, me being such a disciplinarian makes things very difficult, especially for Katie, because she was the only daughter, and my life was about sport and doing stuff and working. She's always lived up to that. She's done everything right. She's played football when the kids played football. She's literally done everything that they've done. She's turned into a wonderful, beautiful person, and I have to credit that more to Janie than me. And she's turned out to be kind and considerate and helpful, and again, that's down to Janie. When you bring your kids up, you try and make them independent. That's your aim. Well, it's my aim. And then when they become independent, that's really difficult, because actually they don't need you anymore. And as a parent, that's hard for us to accept. As a daughter, Katie was everything we wanted. I put an email out, or whatever they call this electric stuff, asking for people's comments, and I was told that she's cool, okay, considerate, talented, and dedicated. I can't disagree with any of those. She is every one of them. Because we obviously live in a day of social media, whenever you talk or think about anything, social media knows you're doing that. There is a joke that goes with that, but I won't bother. But something came up on my media because I'm talking about doing this speech and how much I'm dreading it. And it says, what makes a daughter special? It isn't the way she does her hair or the clothes she wears. It isn't something the eye can see. It's the warm and caring person she is inside. Kind, strong, brilliant, brave, and wise. We are so proud of her. We love her so much. That covers very much what I felt about Katie. As we brought our kids up, there are certain things. I've looked all this up on the internet. I'm only doing what I'm told the internet told me to do after I spoke to Alexa. I've got it wrong.
Nice.
This is down to Alexa. Okay. So I've been told there's certain stories I should tell, and Katie should worry.
Good.
The first story we will tell is that when we first had kids, we had Andrew and Katie, and it was fantastic. That's exactly what we wanted, boy and a girl. Why would we want anything else? I'm not an affectionate person, as you would have seen when Katie got married. I didn't do that kissy stuff. I shook her hand. I have a large space, and I've only ever cuddled Janie 3 times.
Nice. Well played.
Josh was that 3rd time.
Nice.
The child we weren't going to have, who's kept us young and made us old. When we had Josh, that was the best present we've ever got Katie. She had a real life doll. Someone that she could mother, she could love, she could boss about. And that's gone on ever since. So actually, from Katie's point of view, Josh was the best thing we ever did.
Yes, Josh.
Yeah. Big up, Josh.
Shows because today he's a lady.
Hey.
The second story is, did you put those photographs out of yourself? Did you put them around?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Have people seen them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Regrettably.
When Katie was younger, again, I was a draconian father. There was discipline in the house. You followed those rules. That's how it was. Or you lived with the consequences. At a young age, they learned that. When Katie was 3 or 4, I mean, we didn't eat crap in our house. You didn't have Chris and Coke. You had water, cabbage. That's how things were. Katie knew that. We kept a store of stuff hidden in a cupboard, the crisp cupboard. There was a time when Katie obviously realised she wanted those crisps. We didn't really allow it. I wasn't there, I was working. This is all down to Janie, told me later. Katie obviously decided she wanted those crisps. Life was very quiet, and those who haven't got kids yet, worry when they're noisy, but worry more when it's quiet, because you don't know where they are. Janie had that worry. Katie was making no noise. She's gone looking for her, opened the crisp cupboard, and sat inside the crisp cupboard was Katie, eating crisps. Now that very much showed Katie's ability to be cunning and planning and looking ahead, and gave her the personality she is now to get away with stuff, which is probably just as well because she's in the old bill. The third story is a story, again, I wasn't there. I didn't spend a lot of time there. I spent a lot of time at work, and that's a difficult thing as a dad, but you do it now because you need the money. Janie was with them. I was at the gym at work, and Janie has brought Katie up to the gym, come in and said, there's been an accident. I said, oh yeah, what's that then? She said, well, you need to speak to Katie. So I've come out and spoken to Katie, who's blubbing and crying. I mean, to be fair, she was 4 or 5. So I told her to shut up. I don't do blubbing, you know, it's just, that's not me. Shut up, what have you done? So she showed me her arm, and she put her arm out, and it was like that to start with, and then went off at a 90-degree angle. She had broken both the bones in her forearm, and she was still blubbing. So having told her to stop blubbing, she stopped. That was it. I took the boys home. Someone had to look after someone, and Janie went to the hospital with Katie. From that moment onwards, she did not cry. She showed how brave she was, the talent she is. Yeah, she was incredible. They had to manipulate her arm straight, put her in plaster, and Janie had to sleep there overnight and all that sort of stuff. But this showed Katie the real character she is. So, yeah, that's the third story. The last story I'm going to tell is a difficult one for me to tell. And it's likely that I'll get emotional. I've always wanted my kids to contact me, whatever. Life will throw low borders at you. That's what it is. As parents, our job is to support them, whatever they do. And we had a phone call middle of the night, early morning, 2, 3 a.m. from Katie to say that she was at a job where some fellow officer had been killed. And that was really difficult. A really difficult conversation. Something that shouldn't have happened. But, again, it showed Katie the personality she was, the strength of the person that she is. That she dealt with that. But I also love the fact that she can phone us at any time about anything. And Dan, Katie, that stands. Any problems, any time, don't care what it is, you ring us. There's a solution to most things, and we can find that. But that was a very emotional thing for Katie, and showed the person that she really is and how much she cares. Anyhow, I'm going to move on from that because it's a difficult one to talk about.
Oh yeah.
I've been told I need to talk about Danny.
Oh God. Yeah. Shock.
With his supporters.
Yeah.
Those that have got daughters, you will go through this experience, or have been through this experience of them bringing people home, some of which you will approve of, some of which you won't. We went through that, we had those discussions, but when Danny turned up, what a top bloke. As soon as he came through the door, lovely guy, polite, helpful, did everything you asked. I can only congratulate Tam and Annie on doing such a fantastic job, I really can. We do have one concern. He drives a BMW.
Yeah.
And never mind, you can sell that.
Yeah.
It talks about, something I should talk about marriage. Now, I've been married for 36 years. It's a hell of a long time. Not as long as some, but a hell of a long time. I've loved it. It's fantastic, brilliant. I mean, I'm not capable of looking after myself. And Janie has given that to me, and I'm so lucky that I've managed to get a wife as fantastic as Janie, who's given so many of her characteristics to our kids, apart from Josh, who took mine. That's a bit of a worry for the future. But it says that there's everything to remember about life. And when you go through your marriage, you are going to have disagreements. You're going to have fallings out. That's just a fact of life. And whenever that happens, one of you will always be right. And the other one will be the husband.
Yeah.
As long as you remember that, you should stay married for a long time.
Good stuff.
Janie reminds me all the time. Anyhow, I don't want to go on because everyone says, don't talk for too long. This is me done, so I'm going to put a toast to the bride and groom. The bride and groom.
Thank you.
There's the baton.
Wow.
Limited number.
And I've got two.
Got two, eh?
Well done. Well done.
Hello. Thank you very much, Peter. That was wonderful.
You don't want to cuddle, do you?
We can cuddle if you really want. For those of you who maybe don't know me, I'm Mike, Danny's best man, which is a particularly high honour today, as I believe he did have a hard time choosing. I heard he first called his best looking friend. No answer. Then he called his most successful friend. No answer. And then he called his funniest friend. And finally I answered, mate, stop calling me. This is the third time. Fine, I'll be your best friend. All jokes aside, it is an absolute privilege to get the opportunity to speak on this important day and to get to celebrate my friend Danny and Katie as they make this commitment to each other. I think we can all agree, Katie, you look absolutely stunning. As do the bridesmaids, but most of all, the bridesman in the corner. I've never seen a prettier bridesman in my life. Groomsmen, you look even better. I mean, come on, it's obvious. When thinking about how best to, I couldn't help but notice that interestingly, this day falls on a fascinatingly coincidental date, the 26th of April. Now, those of you who are avid sports fans will remember this as the month in 1901 that Tottenham first won the FA Cup. Now you're all probably wondering, what are you on about? What the hell is the commonality here? But from my point of view, here we have history repeating itself. An absolute no-hoper doing unbelievably well for himself.
Funny.
All jokes aside, I could stand here and be mean to Danny for hours, mainly through fat jokes, which will still be there. So to keep myself honest, and this speech structured, I've broken it down into sections that summarise our friendship, and titled them with one of our most common pastimes together, drinking.
Nice.
So I've got my beautiful assistant here. Excellent. Don't steal the spotlight, just for 10 minutes. To present Danny with a present for each section.
Wow.
And first of all, we have, no expense spared by the way, a £1 can of mojito.
Whoa! Come on, guys.
Now, Danny and I have been friends for over a decade now. We first met when I was introduced to the Cokethorpe boys in Selly Oak, courtesy of Ross. Well done, mate. He wasn't there the first time I met the group, so I'd already had the culture shock in learning that apparently everybody my age, raised south of Manchester, was 100 kg and 6 foot plus. And I've got no idea what they're feeding them down there. What I hadn't realised is that they could also be 6 foot wide. Danny and I got on instantly and bonded over our love for sport, drinking, and bullying this man here, Kiwi. It was a couple of years later, when Phil and Jess had moved to their first flat in Clapham, that the infamous Clapham night started, occurring thick and fast. I have countless memories, as I'm sure a lot of the stags and friends that are here today do, of us playing rugby rounders in the park, drinking petrol-flavoured homemade punch, and partying until the early hours in infernos. In order to recover from those days, a few of us established a routine of going to the rib shack on the Sunday morning, where you guessed it, Danny and I bonded over our great love for meat and Sunday mojitos. This repeated for what felt like years. Next present. I got you a 6-pack of this because I know you need it. Slim Fast.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not even going to say sorry. Now, when I first met Danny, you might be surprised that he wasn't the handsome specimen of a man that sits here before you today. He was round with beautiful jowls. Katie's word, not mine. And his belly clapped when he laughed. All of you will know that one of his passions is the gym, and picking up the heaviest thing he can and swiftly putting it back down before he gets out of breath. It would be unfair of me to say that he hasn't been committed to that, and so at least after the last few years of basing his entire personality on the gym, his jowls have sort of gone.
Sort of.
The rest is unchanged. Danny has also been an avid rugby player, even making his way to England tryouts earlier in life. Now, I didn't know Danny in his prime rugby days, unfortunately, although I feel like I did. The amount of times he or Kiwi has shown me the same video that his dad took of the one impressive tackle he did 15 years ago. Because I wasn't there, I got in touch with a certain Gareth Rees.
Oh. Wow.
One of Danny's old rugby coaches from school, who said this: Danny tried hard, but he never hit a ruck. And to be honest, we found him useless in every position. So Katie, I hope you have more luck with him tonight. Next present. Rum. Now, a lot of you here today will know the confident, charming, and athletic groom as just that. However, what you may not know is that his identity and his friendship groups has become synonymous with pirates. Why, I hear you ask? No, it's not because he's developed a love for sailing after many romantic trips with Kate. It's because he sat in the living room in his triple XL, oddball underpants, playing pirate video games for so long that he's managed to memorise the lyrics to tens of sea shanties.
Yeah.
He first unveiled this talent in Marbella in the middle of my stag do. Selfish, really. I mean. Standing up in the middle of one of our drinking games, he proudly announced that he was the king of sea shanties, which was obviously met with some contention. He did then, fair credit, however, double down and sing the most beautiful rendition of Drunken Sailor I have ever witnessed. It wasn't long before 15 men, some of which are here today, clad in Speedos with my beautiful wife's face on, marched their way down Spanish streets chanting sea shanties led by that man there, Captain Fatbeard. This identity has stuck with him now and resulted in his own stag do having a rather alcoholic pirate theme. I won't share too many tales of that holiday, but it was where I met the Burford brothers for the first time.
Yeah.
There's the charming one, the handsome one, and the fat one. I'll let you all decide which is which. Someone thought that was really funny.
Yeah, someone did. Yeah.
All jokes aside, it was great to meet them. And if I had to summarise up the fantastic brotherly dynamic that they have, it would be that when asked to say hi to their mum, the beautiful Tamsin in a video, instead of waving, smiling, or even blowing a kiss, they, while wearing pirate-themed Speedos and nothing else, in perfect harmony, gyrated with the same hip movement to the music that was playing by the pool. Hi, Mum. Video available on request.
Yeah.
Final present. Champagne. Prosecco, because I'm tight and northern. Yeah.
Good.
It's now time for me to pack it in and celebrate two fantastic people who are getting married today. I'm lucky to be friends with both bride and groom, and I can honestly say, what a couple. Danny, this is actually quite nice, so don't cry.
Okay, I'll try not to.
You're one of the most loyal friends a guy could ask for. Not only that, but you're an incredible godfather to mine and Katie's son Harry, and we're grateful to have you in our lives. Katie, you're as witty as you are beautiful, and I can honestly say that you made that man a better man. Perhaps more importantly, you even keep his large ego in check with countless funny comments, and I hope you never stop to do so. I look forward to seeing what the future has in store for you as you continue to travel the world. I know that it's custom for a best mate to check in with his pal, just to confirm that their chosen life partner is definitely the one for them, which can be an awkward question if not done properly, and also I would probably throttle the guy if he had any doubts, to be honest. I'm happy that before I could ask any such question, Danny had already spent one evening of his stag do in the garden of the villa crying about how much he loved Katie.
Yeah.
No question needed. So, I spent ages thinking of how to end this speech in a heartfelt and unique way, and I eventually landed on writing a song with the help of Katie J, your very own sea shanty.
No way. Oh,
So here
wow.
you have Darren, resurrected with his head ripped
Good up,
out,
Darren.
your own pirate hat and a glass of whiskey.
Yeah.
This will require some audience participation from the Stags, who all should have their own song sheet by now.
No
We'll be singing
way.
personalised- Yeah, cheer for the Stags.
Yeah.
AKA the most useless bunch of alcoholics I've ever met. They should all have their own song sheets by now, and we'll be singing a personalised rendition of Whiskey Johnny, AKA Whiskey Danny. Stags, please chime in, as you know, with Whiskey Danny and Whiskey for my Danny-O. And we'll start with a practice verse. I drink whiskey when I can.
Whiskey, Danny.
I drink whiskey from an old tin can.
Whiskey for my daddy, oh.
Danny ditched us for a wife.
Whiskey, Danny.
Wish them both a lovely life.
Whiskey for my daddy, oh.
She's kind of pretty, I'll admit.
Whiskey, Danny.
Out of your league, you little shit.
Whiskey for my daddy, oh.
So raise your glasses in the air.
Whiskey, Danny.
Happy forever, you wonderful pair.
Whiskey for my daddy, oh.
Okay, cheer.
Cheers. Hey!
Congratulations on forever, you wonderful couple.
Thank you.
To the bride and groom.